Hi, this is Lavanya Sitaraman. I am presenting paper on speeding up deep learning with transient servers. To reduce the training time of the deep learning models, a cluster of GPU servers was used. However, speeding up of training time leads to higher monetary cost due to the sublinear scalability problem. For example, node 1 has 1800 transactions per second, then for 4 nodes that is 7200 TPS. If each node loses a bit of efficiency, then it will affect the overall transaction that result in only it will get 72%. By providing a solution to this problem, it adds the additional challenges that is server revocation and availability. Revocation impacts of the transient servers on training performance and identify the importance of the larger cluster sizes and the need to redesign the distributed training frameworks. This figure shows the quantifying distributed training performance using transient servers. Authors launched 32 transient GPU servers for training the ResNet 32 model on the Cypher 10 dataset. Each cluster, that is CI, was configured with 4 K80 transient GPU servers, that is represented as W1 to W4, and one parameter server. They observed that 21 out of 32 transient clusters completed training with zero revocation, and that 13 out of 128 K80 transient servers were revoked during various training stages, the lighter the shade and the earlier the revocation. However, existing distributed training frameworks make the traditional assumption about the lifetime of the cloud server in its cluster. Namely, that once a server is acquired by the customer, it will remain unavailable until the explicitly released back to the cloud provider by that customer. In this paper, authors refer to such system as on-demand servers. There are a number of deep learning frameworks that provide the composable pipeline for machine learning practitioners to design, train, validate, and deploy the trained deep learning models. The author's measurement study is conducted on the popular framework, that is TensorFlow, and they believed the results can be extended to other frameworks such as Caffe, CNTK, MXNet, etc. The reason is that current deep learning frameworks share the same distributed training method, adopt the parameter server to maintain the training parameters, uses the stochastic gradient descent based methods for optimizing model parameters, and support the distributed training on the multiple GPU servers. A larger number of works have compared and studied the deep learning performance under different hardware and software configuration. Prior work shows how to tune the hyperparameters, for example, learning rate and the batch size. Then, how to mitigate the communication bottlenecks and the impact of the stale model parameters. There is a significant amount of related work in terms of performance optimization on the transient servers. Researchers have proposed the transient aware resource managers to optimize the job schedulers by taking into account the revocation rates of the transient servers. Other researchers have proposed a system level fault tolerance technique such as dynamic checkpointing to optimize the execution time of the various applications. The main idea of this paper divided into four aspects, such as they compared the training time and the cost of the distributed training using the transient servers to on-demand servers, and they quantified the revocation impacts of the transient servers on the training performance. Then identify the importance of the larger cluster sizes and need for redesign the distributed training frameworks. The authors also demonstrated the benefits and the limitations of using heterogeneous servers in the distributed training. Is better. By considering this experiment using the single on-demand GPU server on Google Compute Engine, they were able to train ResNet 32 model in 3.91 hours with a total cost of $2.83 on average. Training with 4 K80 transient GPU servers results in 3.72x speedup with 62.9% monetary savings compared to running on 1 K80 on-demand GPU server. In addition, they observed 1.2% drop in accuracy compared to the single GPU server training. However, the slightly lower accuracy is due to the training on the stale model parameters in the distributed asynchronous environment. That is, training with 4 K80 servers, regardless of transient or the on-demand, produce a model with almost identical accuracy. The authors conducted their experiments using Google Compute Engine, and the server configurations are shown in this table. They chose the 3 GPU server configuration with a different GPU capacity, that is K80, P100 and V100, in increasing order of GPU memory, parallel cores and etc. The fourth labeled, that is PS, was used to run the parameter server during the distributed training. This server did not have the attached GPU, hence it has reduced the cost. They used the Tensor-to-Tensor library and selected this ResNet32 model for the training dataset Cipher10, a standard image recognition dataset consisting of 60K color images, each 32 by 32 pixels spanning of 10 output classes is used in this experiment. The authors investigated the merits of scaling up by using more powerful GPU servers or scaling out by using cluster of GPU servers. They selected 3 scaling out and 2 scaling up transient cluster configuration, running each 32 times, and present the average performance that's showed in this table. All clusters were able to finish within the specified monetary cost budget of $2.83, and they calculated the average performance across all the training setups that completed successfully. In the scale up case, 28 out of 32 runs for P100 were able to finish 64 K steps. In the scale out case, training only fails when K80 master workers is revoked with a probability of 6.25%. Although K80 clusters with various sizes have the same failure probability, the larger the cluster size, the lower the impact of the revocation. This is because training can still progress in the larger clusters, although at the degraded performance compared to the initial cluster. And this table shows how the revocation overhead for different cluster sizes with the same revocation scenario, that is R equal to I, where I is the number of GPU servers that were revoked during the training session. The impact of the server revocation on training time and the cost depends on the number of revocation, cluster size, and when the revocation events happen. Larger cluster size are more resilient to the revocation. Scaling up with on-demand servers, they compared the distributed training performance between on-demand and the transient clusters without any revocations using the same number of K80 servers. For all 3 cluster sizes, authors observed little performance deviations on the training time and the accuracy, that is 1.5% and 0.25% between on-demand and the transient K80 servers. However, on-demand distributed training exceeded the monetary budget by up to 11.7%, that is highlighted in the red color, casting doubt on the practicality of speeding up the training with on-demand clusters. Their measurements demonstrate that scaling up with on-demand servers incurs almost 2x higher training cost with almost identical training time and accuracy. This again showcased the opportunity presented by transient servers in keeping up with on-demand training performance while being significantly cheaper. This graph shows dynamically scaling training clusters allows training to be finished 40.8% faster than the static cluster. By adaptively setting the learning rate, authors mitigate the accuracy degradation caused by using sparse mapping. This paper deals with too many objectives and trying to solve one problem and come up with other challenges to the existing system. We need prior knowledge of deep learning models so that we can understand better how the cloud providers or how the cloud architecture adapting the deep learning models in terms of distributed training framework. Thank you.